Hi class, let's take a look at example 3. In example 3, they want us to provide a sketch. So we're looking at the first quadrant. These are the two functions, and then more importantly, it's going to be the x-axis. Now, the hardest part of keeping track of the x-axis is or the axis of revolution, is to make sure we don't combine the methods. So remember that the x-axis, your functions are going to be expressed as y's. And that would be for the region. Okay, so let's take a look at the region that we're looking at. So this one's going to be x squared. So this is technically our x squared not to scale. So this is y is equal to x squared, or square root of y is equal to x. And then, well, the other one is just y is equal to x. So we're talking about this one. This is y is equal to x. And not to scale, but my actual x to the second actually doesn't cross exactly where it's supposed to be. So assume that, I think it looks a little bit worse. But that's our actual region. So this is technically the region, and obviously not to scale. Okay, so let me set up the volume. So in this case, well, actually the shape of this one, so let me just, so the shape of this one, I think we've already done this almost identical shape. It's going to look something along the following lines. So the most important part is for us to technically get this sketch, and then the x squared portion, it's actually gonna do this. Well, not the best sketch, but that's what it's actually gonna look if we were to get the volume, or if we were to make a 3-dimensional rendering. So the volume, it's gonna be integrated for, and this coordinate point, well, if it was anything different, so the intersections, you're gonna have that y is equal to y, or x squared is equal to x, or x squared minus x is equal to 0. So you're gonna have x minus 1 is equal to 0, so x is equal to 0, or x is equal to 1. So our actual volume, it's going to be from 0 to 1. I just did this portion because you could actually have the actual values being different. And then it also means that y is equal to 0 or y is equal to 1. So you're going to look at 0, 0 and 0, 1. Remember that on this particular one, you're actually looking to C to D. So once you have the x's, you then have to find the y values. So this one will be from 0 to 1, and it'll be a 2 pi y times. Now your actual region, it's going to be bounded by the following. So your shell, it's actually going in this direction. So from here outward. So the maximum value, it's going to give us by the square root of y minus y. That is technically the height of a shell, and this will be dy. So let me extract the 2 pi. So this volume is going to be equivalent to 2 pi from 0 to 1 of y times the square root of y minus y dy, or 2 pi 0 to 1, and this will be y to the a half plus 1. I'm getting 3 halves, and then minus y squared, technically dy. Okay, so let me evaluate the integral. In this case, we're gonna have 2 pi times, and this one will just be y to the, well, 3 halves plus 1, it's gonna be 5 halves divided by 5 halves minus y to the third divided by 3. And then we're going to be evaluating from 0 to 1. So this one will be 2 pi times 2/5 y to the 5 halves minus y to the third over 3 from 0 to 1. And then just evaluating the 0 to 1, you're going to end up with 2 pi 2/5 times 1 to the 5 halves minus technically 1 to the third divided by 3 minus 0. Whoops. So we're looking at 2 pi times, this will be 2/5 minus a third, and then we simply just need to get an LCD. This will be 15, so times 3 times 3 times 5 times 5. So we're looking at 2 pi times 6/5 minus 5. Whoops, this is supposed to be 15s. So this will be 2 pi times 1/15. I'm getting, well, 2 pi over 15. That's an exact answer. Okay, so let me just wrap it up. So the volume happens to be equivalent to 2 pi over 15 units to the third power for this one. That's what we're obtaining if we were to revolve along the x-axis, the y is equal to x squared and the y is equal to x. In the approximate shape would be this cone.